the Bar World of Tomorrow is a platform that we created to educate bartenders globally. The goal being to educate 10,000 by 2030 on all of the elements of sustainability. So we're talking about energy usage, we're talking about ice and water management, really everything that goes into lowering the carbon footprint of our industry as a whole. I grew up in Canada, in a country that has, recycling processes. It has government-funded compost systems for homes and for businesses. As we were talking about and seeing, more and more chefs, people like Doug McMaster and Dan Barber. In 2016, they were really starting to talk about food waste and doing, pop-ups. We did a pop-up with Dan Barber in 2018 called Wasted, where we served over a 6-week period, over 6,000 people, all on food that was made from products that would have been thrown away. So we just took those same principles and applied them back to a bar. At that time, I think people were, if they were thinking about reusing ingredients in cocktails, it was something that was considered maybe dangerous, or, people didn't like the idea of reusing food. So we wanted to make it more approachable. So why aren't we applying those same principles to the bar? So really get all of the flavor out of something before we throw it away. I've traveled to a lot of countries personally. We haven't rolled out this training specifically to any bartenders yet. This Dominican will be the very, very first country to see this kind of programming, to see this education. I think that as we start to roll out, because we've been to so many countries, because we're already talking about this, we really see people accepting it. So it's something that's a part of people's minds in their day-to-day lives. Just being able to relate it back to a bar, people are usually pretty open, accepting, excited about the idea of trying to live more sustainably. I think when I'm creating menus, the idea of being smart about produce is something that's kind of ingrained in everything that I do. So I never really approach a menu being like, I'm gonna make this menu sustainable. I approach it in a way where I'm gonna make this menu interesting and fun for the guests. So the drinks themselves, I want to incorporate color, I want to incorporate design, I want to incorporate beautiful glassware. I want to make sure that, when the guest gets the drink, that it's visually stunning, that it tastes delicious, that it has all of those exciting things, that it uses local produce and uses varieties of things that people maybe aren't familiar with. So they get excited about it, so then they go home and try and search out some of these ingredients, so that we stop using the same thing over and over again. It's a part of the creative process, but sustainability isn't the goal. It's just part of what we do. Right now for the Dominican, I've been to a couple of cocktail bars here. It's just it's starting, but it's an exciting time. So being able to see bartenders using interesting produce, educating me as a tourist when I come into the bar that I don't know, some different ingredients that are very indicative of the Dominican. It's fun for me to be able to experience that and by just, sitting at the bar and having a cocktail. So I think it's a really fun and exciting time.